right? Nobody really watches these videos yet, and I mean that literally. Sometimes the only view is me checking the upload from another account, which probably sounds a little sad, but honestly, sometimes I like watching my own videos back. Not because I think I'm some amazing creator, mostly because I talk about things I care about, and it's interesting seeing what I was thinking on that day. It's almost like leaving little messages in time. But yes, as for everybody else, nobody's really watching yet. And strangely, I'm okay with that because I expected this from the beginning. This is a new channel. I'm only a few videos in. I'm not walking into this thinking video number 6 is supposed to explode and change my life. I actually expect the opposite, of course. I expect silence for a while, maybe a long while, maybe 50 videos, maybe on 100, um, maybe more. But I'm definitely, I don't know, but I feel like I'm prepared for 100 videos with no views, and this is why, I suppose. Weirdly, having that expectation makes it easier because then zero views doesn't feel like failure. It just feels like a current stage of the whole process. Now, that doesn't mean it never affects me. Sometimes I upload something, check later, and then there's nothing. No views, no comments, no sign the video even exists. And for a moment, it can feel disappointing. Not even sadness, really, more like deep disappointment. Like, wow, really? Not even one curious stranger? But then I remind myself, why would I expect random attention immediately? There are millions of videos online, millions. Why should the internet instantly notice a tiny new channel with a waveform and one guy talking about his thoughts? Like when I say it like that, it actually becomes kind of funny. Because how many times have I scrolled through YouTube and found a video with no views? Sure, I've found videos with 21 views, maybe even 11. But it's just so rare to find videos with no views. And that's just how it is. I like to think of it like this, a priority order. And like you just have to keep putting stuff out there, and one of them sticks out. When you get one view, you're more likely to get two views. YouTube pushes it more. But getting that one view, you just have to put all your cards out there. Like, yes, obviously, it takes time. And I think a lot of people misunderstand zero views. They treat it like proof that they're boring, proof that they failed, proof that no one really cares. But a lot of times, zero views just means zero distribution. That's it. It means the platform hasn't really tested it yet. YouTube just hasn't pushed it enough. Entirely not my fault. In fact, expected. And it's gonna be like that for a while. It means you're early. It means you're new. It means nothing dramatic. Sometimes people attach all this emotion to a number that doesn't actually know anything about them. And I say that as someone who still does it sometimes. I'm not above it, I'm learning to. But here's the bigger reason I still post. Even when nobody watches, I'm still gaining something. Every upload is practice. Practice speaking clearly, practice structuring thoughts, practice sounding more natural as if there was an audience. If I had an audience right now, I wouldn't call myself. Maybe let me know if I'm doing good if anyone's watching this, which is not likely, but I wouldn't think I have the entertaining voice or the structure of thoughts to narrate personal stories to an audience well enough to make it entertaining. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to grow. And I think this is good time, you know, to practice. Having that sort of structure in my mind so that I can sound naturally narrative while talking about my own stories, but still in a way that fits an audience. Because communication is the real skill, of course. A lot of people think content creation is just views, thumbnails, algorithm, luck, and sure, those things matter, but there's also something deeper happening. You're learning how to express yourself publicly. That changes a person. Even making these videos has made me think quite a bit differently. I notice my thoughts more. I try to explain things better. I reflect more carefully. Because once you know you might speak an idea out loud, you start sharpening it. So even with no audience, something valuable is still happening. And then there's another reason. This one might sound strange. I think future me is part of the audience. Seriously. One day I will. I most definitely will. It might be tomorrow, it might be a few years into the future. But I might certainly come back to these videos years later. Maybe life is completely different. Maybe I'm doing great, maybe I'm struggling. Maybe this channel grew. Maybe I quit and moved on. Who knows? But that version of me might click one of these old videos. Messed up the pronunciation a little bit there. And hear what I was thinking right now. What I cared about, what I feared, what I was trying to become. That has value to me. It's like documenting a mind in motion. And honestly, that alone makes posting worth something. Of course, I still want viewers. I'm not pretending I don't care. I'd love for people to watch. I'd love for someone to comment and say they related to this because I'm still making this channel to grow. I still want this to be targeted to an audience. There's a reason I changed this channel's name from Raph's Journal to Boat's Cabin. I changed to Boat just because that aligned with me better. But I do want this to be more of a cabin than a personal journal where people can hang out, you know. I'd love for someone to see this channel. I'd love for this channel to grow into something real. That would be amazing. But I don't want to act like views are the only reward. Because if views are the only reward, most people quit before anything begins. Sometimes the early stage is supposed to be quiet. Sometimes the quiet stage is where skill gets built. Sometimes nobody watching is actually the perfect time to improve because there's no pressure yet, no spotlight, no expectations, just raps. So yeah, nobody really watches these videos yet. But I'm still posting. And maybe one day people will. But by then, I'll already be better because I kept going and they didn't.